Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, is my co-host from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D. How you doing today, bro?
Ready to rock.
I like that. And today we're doing our review for Stargirl Season 2, Episode 10, Summer School, Chapter 10. And before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D, like you always say,
as always, podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you all for watching.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this Stargirl review. And bro, I feel like every week when we do these, I always say that another good episode, because it's like all of the episodes are just really good, man. It's like I'm happy that, because it's like I'm getting everything that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because when we first started doing these reviews, it's just like we were seeing Starman, and it's like now we're getting Starman in these episodes, even though they're flashbacks. It's like I still want to know what's going on with Starman in the present time, but we got Starman. He apologized to Pat. He said that Eclipso, he had threatened his life. He had threatened his family, and he was just like, Pat, we're like brothers. Because the thing is,
you are my family.
You're my family. And the thing is because remember, and I forgot about this, but in season 1, Pat, he was the driver for Starman. You know what I'm saying?
For the final fight, if you will.
And the Starman ended up getting the staff. And I'm just happy that he apologized, and he was just like, I know I haven't always treated you the best that I should treat you, and he was just like that changed, which it did once we saw in season 1 when they went to fight the ISA, and it was just, remember back in season 1 where he was just like, make sure that whoever gets this staff is a true hero, and make sure that you're not the one they use.
I mean, I really liked the fact that they're starting to bring it, or basically they did bring a full circle, the relationship between Starman and Stripesy. I thought it was really cool, and it just gives Starman more of a purpose. You're like, why is this guy such a dick all the time? But then it's like, why now, and he just want to protect what was precious to him, and then he tells the story about his family, his mom and dad getting him the watch, and then he's like, that wasn't true. I knew it was you. They would never, they always forgot. And I thought that was very sentimental and cool, and then he has it. It's one of the items he keeps with him all the time in his utility belt. And I think that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, man. And then, I mean, after that, it goes to a transition where, it's showing what's going on in the present time. And after last week's episode, Courtney, she was arguing with Pat and her mom. And then it's like, that's what's pretty much still going on. Like, cause it's like, she's angry with them because she feels like that she was kept out of the loop on information that would have helped her and the rest of the JSA.
Yes.
And it's just like the whole entire episode, it's like Pat and Courtney, they're trying to resolve the internal issue that they have, because like Courtney said, she was just like, what, did you think that we were going to kill Cindy if she ended up getting controlled by, I was about to say Mephisto, and she ended up getting
pretty
controlled
close.
by, pretty much Eclipso. And I just love that they were able to put their differences aside, and like Pat, he had every reason to protect her, because, and not just her, but to protect everybody in the JSA. I wanted to touch on too with Beth, because it's like Beth's parents, it's like they was trying to talk to her, and she was just like, hey, look, I got stuff that I need to do. Y'all just focus on what y'all are trying to do, whether y'all want to get a divorce or not. I just love how she's standing up to her parents, because it's like now it's making me think that they might not get a divorce, because it's like Beth, it's like y'all already didn't have time for her. It's like Beth, she always tried to do stuff with you guys, but you guys were always too busy to do anything. And I just like that Beth is taking a stand for herself,
Yeah,
sure.
What
do you think about that, D?
For sure. I definitely agree with you on the Beth situation. It's just like now she's starting to get her she's starting to build a callus basically to what her parents have been neglecting her all this time. And it's just cool to see her starting to get depth as a character. You know what I'm saying? She's coming into her own. And I'm pretty sure soon she will like show off why she's so important to the team. And it's cool to just see her getting her developmental stage. It's cool. So, and then basically she was sent there to babysit for Courtney, essentially. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Now, something else too that I wanted to touch on was how, at the start of the episode, Shade, he ends up showing up, and Pat, he still doesn't trust him because, this is the same man that, went to the original JSA and was just like, hey, y'all need to kill this man. And Pat, he has good intuition when it comes to these type of things. And, everybody in the house is just like, no, we should trust him because he did help me when Eclipso was trying to kill me and everything. And, we end up finding out like that he was lying about the entire thing. We end up finding out that through Dr. Midnight that, oh man, I forgot his name. Shade. Sorry, I don't know why.
I didn't know if you were referencing him or the doctor that was possessed.
No,
I was waiting.
Shade, like Dr. Midnight was like, he actually saved him from ISA when they had that fight, but he ended up getting lost in the Shadowlands. And I feel like the Shadowlands is where we see everybody that's at now, because we see at the end of the episode that Courtney, well, before I say that, they end up going to look for Jade because Courtney's staff is still not powerful enough, and Shade pretty much tells them that if they can restore Eclipso's
the diamond,
then they'll be able to pretty much defeat him. But it's like, because the staff is too weak, they end up going and finding Jenny, and then Jenny, she's trying to find her brother. But see, now this is something too, D, that I found out, because like we see that when they go to the place, it's like the brother, he's not there, and then the receptionist, she calls her boss, and that the boss's name is Mr. Bones. Now, Mr. Bones, he is a villain in the comic, so I like how
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I like how they're foreshadowing to what's going to happen next, because now we got another villain.
Line them up.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm assuming that that's what season 3 is going to be about, because it's like Mr. Bones, it's like, it's cool hearing his name and that foreshadowing, but like adding another villain to what's going on right now. The main villains for this season are the Shade and Eclipso. But
correct.
Jenny, she ends up using the ring. They end up, the Shade, he ends up getting his powers back. Beth, it's like, because Dr. Midnight lets Beth know like that the Shade lied about everything. Like, you got to stop them before they put the diamond back together. Eclipso, he comes walking in, and like he just wreaks havoc. And how the episode ends when Courtney, she gets sunk into the hole and Pat's trying to save her, like, bro, like that was sad, man. And then to see what's going to happen on next week's episode, I know that you watch it on the CW app, so they don't show the trailers up there, but pretty much it's like they're in like a world that's black and white, and I feel like that world is the Shadowlands. That's what I'm assuming. So,
or it's WandaVision,
or I mean, it could be, but I just know that I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. I mean, bro, we got 3 episodes left, and this season has been fire so far. I want to ask you, final thoughts on the episode. Like, what were some of the other things that you saw in the episode? I know that wasn't there something with Mike and Thunderbolt?
Yes, he walks onto the street, just like how it manifested itself to him, kind of like it started calling out to him with the street signs. Well, this time he kind of stumbles upon a candy house, or what they call it, a gingerbread house.
Gingerbread house, yep.
And it's just like, that was kind of all we get right there. I love it. One side note, we get a cameo from Rick. Granny's throwing my man an apple. You throw him a bone, well, he threw him an apple. Now that was basically his 2 minutes, his cameo. So one thing I do want to mention to you, where do you think what is the guy's Icicle's son? Do you think he's gonna be a bad guy, or do you think it's gonna be like one of those redemption, I'm a good guy? I just wanted to side note and ask a question about him. Do you think he's gonna be bad?
I don't think that I don't think he's going to be bad.
I actually think he could go either way based on what they've given us.
His
mannerisms and stuff.
That's exactly who he's going to be.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to come because the thing is, because like he likes Courtney. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't see him becoming the bad guy, but I do feel like it's going to be one of those situations where he finds out that Mike ended up killing his dad. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was an accident, like Mike didn't mean to kill him, because it's like Mike should have been behind the wheel in the first place. But
Mike was just trying to help, man.
Now, if this was Mike in season 2, because you know he had that growth spurt, he would have been able to see behind the wheel.
Too bad.
Yeah, but when he was a kid, he couldn't see anything. But yeah, man, you know, really good episode for me. I'll give this episode. I'm gonna give this episode a 10. Because I just thought it was good from beginning to end. You know, just the conversation between Starman and Pat at the start, and just seeing everything that transpired in this episode. Us finally getting Jenny back again, and now like the way that the episode ended, like I can't wait to see what's going to happen in next week's episode. D, if you have any more final thoughts that you want to share or not, what's your final rating?
No further thoughts on this one. Can't wait to see the next one. But one of my favorite DC villains, you know what I'm saying? My man went with a 10, so I got to double down. And I'm going to give it a 10 as well. Fun episode, man. I like the way they're like, you know, I can't say it, but so many times, man. If you aren't watching the show, get in there. And while you're at it, like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Because we dropping knowledge on y'all. I don't know how else to say it. Get in there and watch this show. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. And one last thing that I wanted to say about Mr. Bones is that he has his own team, and it's called the Infinity Inc. team. So that's another team of villains that JSA is going to be able to face next season. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
For sure.
But yeah, let us know what you thought about it let me know what you thought about this week's episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What's your rating for us? Let us know in the comments. D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
You can find me at rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. And hey, Banks, I got to let you know, man. Hey, Stripesy, he's putting a team back together. He already found your girl, Green Lantern. Where can he find you at?
And you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this review. Make sure that you check out some more of our reviews, interviews, and reaction videos that we do have here on the channel. Podcasts with brand new episodes every Tuesday. And the video of that episode is up here on YouTube on Friday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.